Okay, hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we begin with this camp session, we're going to turn to the east and give all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, double honors to the apostles, the elders at Great Millstone, who do well and teach well, and are the true leaders of Israel today. Shalom to the whole full elect, and I can push in this word throughout the four corners of the earth about truth and sincerity, making your calling and election sure. Hey, shalom, shalom. And everything that we see now is not everything we've been saying is not a conspiracy theory no more. At one point, things seem further away, but when you read the book of Habakkuk, second chapter, what does it say? It says, though it tarry, wait for it because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And this is talking for the elect, man, because the rest of these jakes, they not paying attention. They going on day by day. Everything looks sweet and normal until one day they're just gonna crack down and just shut shit up, down. Because I just sent the brother an article, man, going into this government shutdown that's actually gonna happen. It's not up for debate. It's not a conspiracy theory. No one's just talking about it. It's your own news channels. Okay.
Yep. And what the Lord is, like Psalms 119 and 126 said, they say it's time for the Lord to work. You know what I mean? The Lord been making shit happen, but the more and more you start to pay attention, and the more and more Yahawashi start to get closer, we can start to see these prophecies start to manifest themselves more and more. Like, with the shit that's going on with the southern borders. You best believe it's not just the southern borders. It's over here in Arizona. You know what I'm saying? It's in Cali because Cali's surrounded by nuclear submarines from the Russians, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? Even surrounded by Canada. You know what I mean? It's a lot of shit going on. Then they allow so-called immigrants to come in. They all military age men. You don't see no women, no children.
Exactly.
And if you do, you see only a very few amount. You know what I mean? But niggas, thousands of just military age men. And then I think I actually touched upon this, but it was just, matter of fact, I did touch upon it. I told you about it on how this Edomite, he was at the southern borders of Texas recording dudes coming in with military uniforms that wasn't Americans. You know what I mean? And so, you me kick it off with 1 Thessalonians. This is the book of 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3, because as the brother was getting into, it's no longer conspiracy theories. As the Lord said in in Ezekiel, I think it's the 21st chapter, the Lord shall make this proverb cease. You know what I mean? And that's a proverb. Oh, you know what I'm saying? God been saying that. You know what I'm saying? The basically it's saying. You know what I mean? Everybody think it's bullshit until it's no longer bullshit. This is 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3. As a matter of fact, I'll just start at verse 1. It says, but of the times and of the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night, because we standing upon our watch. We paying attention, we measure the times diligently, so we keeping up, you know what I'm saying, with what's going on in the world, you know what I'm saying, and we linking it with these scriptures, because everything the Lord said was going to happen, you know what I'm saying, it's in His word, man. You know what I'm saying, for you to, not know what's going on, be oblivious to shit, you gotta be a dummy, just like the shit that's going on with the wings and with the with the burgers. If anybody got half a brain, they trying to inflate the numbers when it comes to the C-19 and shit like that. So they gonna say, and it's even said that they got like the E. coli and the fucking meat and all that. And so you go eat it and you get sick. You basically giving them the get-go to inflate them numbers and shit, and then for them to bring the lockdown in.
Or when you go into the scriptures too, it says, behold, victuals shall be so cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in a good case. But even then, evil shall grow. So these burgers are all 50 cents for a burger, 1 cent for a burger, 5 cents for some, for 10 pieces of wings. There's a reason for that. It's just to give you that false sense of, security here in America.
Yep. Hey, that's a good point you made. And also, you know what I mean? You be a dummy to even go and buy that, because the Lord said to never trust that enemy. Yeah. Here it is. They dishing out 50-cent burgers, 5-cent wings. You know what I'm saying? But they can't lower the price on fruit and vegetables. You know what I mean? Everything else is higher.
Yeah, so they're technically knocking down 2 stones, or they're taking down 2 walls with 1 stone.
Killing a bird with two birds with 1 stone.
1 stone. There you go.
That's exactly what they doing.
Giving you that false sense of security while poisoning you, and they've been doing it, but now it's obvious, because you got Jake in the world. Because when I was working out there in Bisbee, You know, they was telling me, you know, hey man, don't take that burger. I'm talking about Jake and the Lord. He don't even know what I be talking, what I be on. He just said, don't take that burger. You know, ain't no telling what they have in there. I'm like, I know, but I'm knowing it.
Yeah, because you gotta be a dumbass just to don't eat that.
Like how the hell are beef and just protein prices up in you know price at the grocery market, but for some reason they would give you 100 burgers for $1.
Right. That shit don't even make no sense.
Come on, man. You gotta be a fool. You gotta be a fool to take that burger, man, and them wings.
Let's say verse 3, here's the point. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as shall fell upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. You know what I'm saying? That's sudden destruction. And what I was touching upon in this transit that I was doing and trying to do before I came to camp was, hey, one day this whole shit can be flipped. You know what I mean? The Lord can flip this whole shit and it'd be a straight disaster like what's going on, or what they say is supposed to happen on October 4th, which is we don't put our trust in it. You know what I mean? Because the Lord said, no man knows the day, no hour. You know, Esau not finna just tell you he gonna do it this day, and you know what I'm saying, and do that shit.
Yeah, because
he trying to catch everybody off guard, bro. But what they basically plan on doing, according to certain whistleblowers, is they basically plan on sending signals to devices, and everybody who's trusted in the so-called white man science, you know, that graph and then beam and then, you know, oxide that's within your DNA, which is made to actually alter, you know, that shit's supposed to, you know what I'm saying, actually fuck with your mood, your temper, you know what I'm saying, and including your DNA.
Where your DNA is your whole lively stock. This is what we are. We are a piece of DNA. This is why they want to destroy that shit.
Yep, and this is, and because life is in the blood, bro. All your life is in the blood, and this is why Esau, he takes your blood samples and shit like that. Even when you first come out as a newborn, they taking blood samples. I'm talking about hella blood samples. This is what they deal with my son and shit. Because they studying it, they fucking with it, adding stuff to it, spicing DNA.
To see what can destroy it and what cannot, and what's the defenses. You know, hey, the scripture's talking about Esau doing he does a deep search, man.
Yep. You know, when you actually do some research into all the mRNA, you know, the nanotechnology and all that, you know, we ain't gonna touch too much into it, just for the simple fact that, you know, Esau get the flag and shit. But, you know, get on, you know what I'm saying, websites like Twitter. Matter of fact, get on TikTok and they gonna break the shit down to a T. These doctors that's coming out and explaining what it does, they getting off for a reason. That's because they exposing that shit. Like it was this one Arabic doctor, or he was an Ishmaelite. He was exposing, you know, the inoculations heavy, and then a couple months ago he just got offed. That ain't just something that just happened out of the norm. You know what I'm saying? That's because he was exposing what the fuck they was doing. Because Esau truly don't want you to know what he's doing. You know what I mean? He gonna dish it out. He may put it in your face because that's how the witchcraft work. But he don't want you to know what they doing. He trying to do shit in secret.
Exactly. That's why I don't listen to them dates. Don't look at October 4th. Don't be looking at what they say, but understand that they are gonna do that. Our measuring stick is not these dates that these people are giving out. Our measuring sticks are the prophecy, man. That's what we can see how kind of far we are in prophecy. You can even read down a little bit more on that. I want to know First Timothy 5.
First Thessalonians
5:7. A little more on that. Because Jay likes to look. September 23rd, what happened? Nothing. October 4th, what happened? Things are happening behind closed doors, but don't listen to them dates. Look at what's going on around you. This is how we know we're close, because they just opened up and then, you know, they kind of flooded, you know, America, Babylon the Great with the UN troops, which is biblical prophecy. And what? Jake is out there just living life. And this is why it's going to be sudden destruction. What? And then they're literally saying that there's going to be a government shutdown sometime. So it is going to be in a blink of everybody's going to be walking around having a good little time, chilling, thinking shit's sweet, and then shit's just going to go blank.
Yeah, because you know they're going to set up false flags too, bro. They're going to set up false flags, which ain't been talked about in a little minute.
Well, what did Klaus Schwab say? He said, we're waiting for the next, shutdown of an EMP, you know, or EMP or an outside threat. So the thing is, these elites, they already know what's going on, and we know what's going on, because, you know, when you go into that word Lucifer, right, it goes into, you know, light bearer. So that's why they call us the illuminated ones, but not knowing that we're the illuminated ones too, just on the right hand side. Yep. And we can see through their little game plan. This is why it says, you know, hey, we have woken up through the dust of Babylon, or through the dust.
Yep. Also in Sirach, the 12th chapter concerning Esau, it says, we look at him we look at him as if we have wiped away of looking glass.
Yeah, looking glass.
You know, like when you get up out the shower You know what I'm saying? That shit foggy, but you wipe it. You know what I'm saying? Now you can see clear. This is how the Lord has woken up our spirit.
It says, I made Esau bare. That's another thing. He uncovered him.
Yeah, but then also the Lord trying to show you, you know what I'm saying, the folks in the world of what's going on, because it even talks about how the heavens have revealed his iniquity. You know what I'm saying? You got the satellites, you know what I'm saying, sending signals to these phones via the internet, you know, showing you everything that this man is doing, and motherfuckers is still turning a blind eye to it. You got to be a dummy to turn a blind eye to the simple fact of what's going on.
Exactly.
Oh shit. You know, I mean, I can't worry about that right now. You know,
Hell nah.
You'd be an idiot to think that way, bro.
Jacob's trouble is we can look at all the atrocities that happened in these past times, and none of that shit is gonna compare to what we're getting ready to come into. And the only way you're gonna be able to make it out this shit that we're getting ready to come into is through that hedge of protection of Yahawashi and Yahawashi. Other than that, if you make it through Jacob's trouble, guess what? You're gonna catch yourself with a nuke.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what that is.
If you ain't predestined to receive salvation, then if you make it all through Jacob's trouble, because you got Jake that think that that's how it's gonna be. They think it's gonna be like a video game. You know, like The Last of Us or them different apocalyptic games. Then they're gonna be making it through, shooting it out. You know, and even if that is the case, if the Lord allows some of you to do that, like the brothers say, the nuke gonna be waiting on your ass, and they ain't no escaping the nukes, because the whole. Hey, them 10 regions that the scripture talks about, this whole shit gonna be engulfed in flames, bro. You know what I mean? Like I remember, like from time to time I bring this shit up. Like my homeboy, I remember I posted, this is when I used to be, in the truth, you on fire, you know what I mean? Like when you first come in, you just doing shit uncensored, you just posting shit on your Snap. I remember I posted something about a nuclear warhead that Vladimir Putin came up with. It was hypersonic, super hypersonic. And this nigga had another side of my shit talking about we got prepared. And I'm like, nigga, how you plan on preparing?
Exactly. There you go.
How do you plan on preparing? Because what you digging a big ass hole in the ground and then you gonna cover it?
There's only one way to prepare yourself from that shit, man. That's following the laws that you cannot see the best of your ability, and really just building up your faith in Yahawashi and Yahawashi. Because other than that, you ain't making it.
Yep, that's what it all boils down to. You know what I mean? Those who truly got faith in Yahawashi and Yahawashi. How pure is your conscience? You know what I mean?
Got a wild ass dream, man. Jacob's trouble, this shit ain't gonna be nothing to play with, bro. Hell no.
You can touch upon it if you want to, unless you want to wait.
I'll just wait on it, man. That's all
You know what I'm saying? But you best believe that time is near. Like I say, man, one day this whole shit can be flipped in. Man, America, a third world country, and it's a straight disaster out here.
Haven't been on your A game, haven't been putting off the Lord, just out waiting, and this shit cracks, you're gonna be out there through the bitch.
Speaking to myself first and foremost.
Yeah, like that's what I said. I woke up scared of the bitch, man. I was like, hell no, got my ass up real quick. Man, but nonetheless though, man, we gotta, come out and show our faith, present our body as a living sacrifice, so that we be able to make it into the chariots, man. This is us making our calling and election sure. The lessons, the digital epistle, the work. The scriptures say in 2nd Ezra 9th chapter, you shall be saved. You shall be saved with faith, whereby you have believed in works, man. You gotta have all those three. And if you don't got them three, you're playing the Russian roulette. You playing a dangerous game.
Yeah, and one thing that I do want to touch upon, this shit making me mad. This shit burning my spirit that I'm even thinking about it. Jake that pulled Romans 10:8-9. We're saved by grace and not by works, roughly paraphrasing, or something to that effect. You know what I'm saying? You take it out of the context, because when you actually go and when you read up a couple of verses, or no, it says to confess with thy mouth. Confess with thy mouth and thou shalt be saved. That's what it's getting into. Confessing with thy mouth, first and foremost, that is an action. Because in order for you to confess with your mouth, you thinking with your conscience first, don't you? You know what I mean? And then when you think with your conscience, you do it in that action. You know what I'm saying? Like we thought about coming out to camp first, right? And then now we're doing it in action. See, Jake just be pulling scriptures like that and thinking that this, or not even just the truth, but thinking that receiving salvation is just as simple as just saying that you believe and you can be saved. Well, if it's that simple, then that means a goddamn a satanic worshiper. You know what I'm saying? This nigga, he can be cutting a fucking goat head, sacrificing to Satan, but as long as he say he believe in Jesus and God, he gonna be saved. That ain't how it works, because James, the 2nd chapter, is gonna cut it. 2nd Ezra 9:7-verse 9 is gonna cut that, and also 1 John, I think it's the 3rd chapter is gonna cut that. You gotta have works that back it up.
This is the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 23. For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass.
Yep.
See, I'm gonna jump over verse 22. But be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves.
Yep. And you deceiving yourself because that's one of your own vain opinions, as the scripture said in the book of Sirach. For you to think that you don't gotta do shit to show that you have faith, you know what I mean? You're a dummy. Like if you like I bring up this analogy, often. You know what I'm saying? You got a woman and she not doing nothing for you. She over here cheating on you on the low. Yeah. She got a damn OnlyFans. You told her to take it down and she ain't doing it, but she said that she love you. Yeah. What's your first thought gonna be like, bitch, you don't love me?
Exactly. And that's a perfect analogy because wisdom is likened unto a woman.
You guys are wearing capes for a reason?
These ain't capes.
What are they?
The ancient Israel, the real Israelites used to wear these.
Okay. That's really cool.
Yeah. But nonetheless, you can read down, First Thessalonians, the 5th chapter.
You can start at verse 4.
You can go down to the 8 after where it says.
But let us, who are the day you talking about? 1 Thessalonians 5:8 it says, but let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet of salvation. And for an helmet, the hope of salvation. Is that what we're talking about?
There you go. Verse 5.
Verse 5? Oh, that's what I was just saying.
Yeah,
It said, ye are the children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness.
There you go. We're not of the night or the darkness, meaning we're on our A game. We can see how Esau Edom is getting ready to come down and have great wrath, because the scriptures say in the Revelation of the 12th chapter that he shall, he know that he has but a short time. And he's gonna come down having great wrath. And he's not gonna come down all sweet and nice. This is why he's opening up these borders to letting these UN troops, because these Americans, they're not gonna want to go out and do what these elites want them to do. Which is why they got the UN troops to do it, to bring you into a FEMA camp, into a sea-hit station, put you in front of a guillotine.
In which is FEMA camps, like motherfuckers think of a FEMA camp of like it being like an Auschwitz or
exactly.
You know what I'm saying, with the so-called Jews, you know what I'm saying, used to go through. You know what I mean? But that's an actual thing because they got them over here in the States. Exactly. They just don't advertise them. When you go to the FEMA website, they say that they got over 800 of them. You know what I'm saying? All across throughout the states. You know what I mean? A lot of them in the South. You know what I mean? So the Jake, your neighborhoods, you close to the railroads and shit, what you think they plan on doing? They gonna put your ass, you know what I'm saying, hey, on one of them trains, or one of them cargoes, and they gonna ship you to the nearest FEMA camp.
They gonna throw you with a firing squad or in front of a guillotine.
Yep, and they had brought that back, but that bitch was beautiful. There is my guys wear capes. I was just looking at the bitch.
Exactly.
But yeah, they a couple years ago, like 2 years ago, I think, they actually said they bringing back the firing squad, they bringing back the hanging, they bring they doing the lethal injection, they doing the fucking the gas or whatever.
And what's all that for? They just gonna do it just to do it? Nah, this is for y'all that don't want to bow down to these, but the scriptures say I have reserved me 7,000 men who have not bound the knee to the image of Baal. Because the image of Baal is the image of America, Babylon the Great, when they set up this new world order. That's going to be the true image. And what's going to, catapult that image? The sea hip. That's you showing your alliance. You take that mark, guess what? That means you're going to have that little fucking 20 months, man, like fucking, 6 months of peace before a nuke comes and shoots your ass now? Because you guys wanted to worship this image because you didn't see no further. This is why the scriptures say, woe unto you that go down to Egypt for help. Because that's what's gonna happen. That's how Esau Edom's gonna get y'all to take the chip. Because you're not gonna be in the mindset of I can just go to the wilderness and the Lord's gonna protect me. Only the elect had that mindset. Only the elect had a mindset of a miracle. Jake, they gonna have, man, Esau gonna shut down the water system, the water supply, the food supply, and under quickness, Jake's gonna be lining up for them T-hips, man. Just to get a little bag of hot Cheetos or some bullshit. But nonetheless, everything is, been laid out and open unto us, man. We can see it now. At one point it was like, how is this shit gonna come about? How is this? They opened up the fucking borders, and now they're getting ready to shut down the government. They're getting ready to come in with that chaos. And Jake, you should be able to see it, bro. And they do see it. This is why you have Jake in the world and all these, TikTok prophets. We've been telling y'all. Y'all haven't been saying shit, man. The apostles have been saying that shit from the get-go. These little TikTok prophets, we've been telling y'all to prepare. They ain't been saying shit. Y'all just came out 2 years ago, bro. Relax.
Right. You want me to bring out this article real quick?
Yeah, Bahasham. Now I'm gonna get that Ezekiel the 12th chapter.
This is an article posted on AMP News. It says everything you need to know ahead of a government shutdown. The U.S. is headed toward a government shutdown this weekend unless Congress takes action soon. Here's what happens, when and how it could affect you.
You know, and I really read down to it. I just read that alone, and that alone is showing you that these people in the world, it should be a given that this is not a conspiracy theory no more. It is a conspiracy because these elites, when you go into the book of Psalms, you know, these elites have consulted against our hidden ones, meaning conspiring against our hidden
You
ones.
said you didn't read any of it?
No, I just read the title like that.
But it says the U.S. is headed toward a government shutdown this weekend unless Congress takes action. Government funding expires when the clock strikes 12:01 a.m. on October 1st, which is a couple of days away. It says, and lawmakers are still divided on spending levels on whether to give more aid to Ukraine, and they've been getting billions of dollars, you know what I'm saying, to Ukraine, which is all strategically done because what they plan on doing is devaluing the dollar.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If they devalue the dollar
Bring in the CBDCs.
to the goal that they desire, then they're gonna bring in the central bank digital currency.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? This is all planned. Hey, this is all strategically done, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing it just to help the motherfuckers.
Exactly.
They're doing it for a reason.
Yeah. And Klaus Schwab, your elites, the real rulers, they're the ones that told you this shit was gonna happen. And the thing is the apostles and the elders been telling us before they actually was even, you know, out there on the screen on the World Economic Forum telling you that. Okay? And you want me to get this precept?
Go ahead, bro.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 12, and I'm gonna start at verse 20, actually 21. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that you have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision faileth? You see, this is Jake's mindset. Was Jake's mindset. You know? Tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel. But say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision, man. Look at what they've been saying, bro. Look at what these, these men, how that lady said, these men in these dresses been saying, bro.
Yeah.
Man, that's how it's coming to pass.
We in capes, yeah.
And man, you see, that's another thing too. This is why the scripture talking about making ourselves foolish. You know, when
we made a spectacle.
Made a spectacle.
You know what I mean? Because she came up thinking shit was sweet, like we was finna just be cool about you saying we got capes on.
The scripture say through the foolishness of preaching to please the Most High. She don't even understand that this is all it's a spiritual thing more than anything.
Nope.
You know. And nonetheless, man, when Jacob's trouble cracked when they had the vision, I don't give a fuck, bro. Shit, this reminds me, Isaiah and the prophets when the Lord had them like prophesy naked and shit.
Yeah.
And then that's the thing, like, bro, they seen this shit. They was like, I don't give a man. I'll take all this shit off and go prophets. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Because they seen how serious this shit's getting ready to be, bro, and how much this truth is truly worth.
It's just like Jonah. Shit, Jonah, he tried to run from his life though.
Mm-hmm.
But when he got swallowed up by that big ass fish, then he understood like that shit's serious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then he went to go and prophesy. You know what I'm saying? But we know and we actually see, you know what I'm saying, that this shit getting ready to happen, bro. Every day.
October 1st?
Yeah.
And I thought it was October 4th.
Which is October 4th, that's when they're talking about sending out signals.
Oh, and you know what's crazy? How you mentioned that? What the fucking satellite phones out that all the senators got.
Yeah.
So they can be a shutdown and they send out the signals, and that's only to the senators and shit, bro. So the thing is, what do you see now? This is 2023 and 2024. That's all you see. Government shutdown 2023. So this shit gonna happen. Dollar losing its value at the beginning of 2024. Man, so we here, man. We finally here. And that's why, that precept we brought out for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction shall come upon them that shall dwell upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Because Jake is just living in La La Land, man. Walking around, just turning up. They think they just waiting for their next paycheck so they can go fuck it up in the weekend and just redo it all over again. Man, Jake, you don't really understand what's getting ready to happen, bro. Then the UN troops, remember that precept that going to the, them shooting down Jake out here with them glittering swords.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's in the book of Nahum in the 3rd chapter. You may grab it.
Yeah, but Babu Shah, because that's what happened, bro. That's what's happening. And Jake thinks, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, hell no. I ain't trying to go out like y'all.
I'm finna grab it real quick, Salaki.
I'm gonna read on with the one. This verse 24. For there shall be no more any vain vision nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. There ain't no more. Jacob's trouble could either be this, or Jacob's trouble was during the time of during the time of the sack of Jerusalem. Jacob's trouble was man. Now you got all these camps switching up their doctrines all over again and saying that there is a Jacob's trouble. You know?
Right. IULC.
IUIC.
Y'all the ones that said that there wasn't gonna be no Jacob trouble, and I'm a testimony because I actually went up to somebody in one of y'all camps and asked them about it. Yeah, there ain't gonna be no dead bodies and shooting and there ain't gonna be none of that. Now you have people dying, there ain't gonna be no dead bodies just laying down the street. And that's what this nigga told me, bro.
And then what happened? His own leader came out and said, you know what, fuck, we switching to the doctrine. There's gonna be a Jacob trouble because his ass seen what's getting ready to happen.
Yep, but you want to grab the name of the third chapter real quick.
This, so like before you get that, this is why the borders opened up.
Right. Nahum 3 and verse 1. Matter of fact, can you grab Jeremiah the 6th chapter and go to verse like 20, I think. But this is the Nahum 3 and verse 1. It says, woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey depart not. The bloody city is talking about America just for the simple fact that it's filled with the blood of the Israelites. You know what I mean? There's been hundreds of millions of, you know what I'm saying, Israelites alone that have been put to death over here in the States. When Esau came over here, what did he do with the northern kingdom? Killed off over 100 million of them. You know what I'm saying? Then he brought the southern kingdom over here and did even more shit. All right, so this is that bloody city. It say, it is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. The noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots. And that's talking about these different military vehicles. You know, the Humvees, the tanks, the rattling of the wheels. Yeah. Don't they wheels rattle? I mean, they wheels rattle. Yeah. That's what
they're so aggressive.
Yeah, this is what Nahum is describing. He described it to the best of his ability.
And that's a spirit, because I just seen a truck not too long ago on my way down back here, you know, driving down here, loaded up with military vehicles. They look like tanks, but they had street wheels on them.
Oh, tanks with the rubber on the bottom?
Yeah, the rubber on the bottom, that rubber, yeah, wheels on them. They had big ass wheels on them, showing you that they're not getting ready to be used, you know, for war.
Yeah, to be out there in the sand and shit in the dirt. They're gonna be out here in these streets.
You know, they're gonna be blocking off these roads, and they're gonna, you know, that second Ezra 15 chapter, man. You know, they're gonna be doing all that.
Let's say in verse 3 it says at the point, the horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear. That horseman is talking about these military troops. Mm-hmm. It say, and there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none of the corpses. They stumble upon their corpses.
Ooh, they ain't gonna be shooting out here, Rock.
So what do you think that you're gonna be out here doing? You know, these like the elder Watchazak was talking about in the LA camp session. You know, these military age men in these other countries, they victims to what American men has done to their families and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they went in there, rape, you know, did shit to their mothers, you know, to their sisters, you know, put certain family members to death and stuff like that. So they grew up having that type of hatred towards them. What's going on? They grew up having. Nah, you good, bro. They grew up having that type of hatred towards them. You know what I mean? And they hate Americans. You already know. It ain't like Americans, motherfuckers just love everybody. They ain't like that. They actually hate Americans.
Them truths, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So when they come over, you best believe they're gonna be putting them guns to use, them bright swords and them glittering spears. Yeah. That's what that's getting into, because when that gun is being let off, what is that gun?
Exactly.
What comes at the tip of the barrel? You know what I'm saying? The flame. That's why Nahum described it as a bright sword and a glittering spear. But you wanna grab it?
This Jeremiah 6 and that's right here. 30. Right. This is the book of Jeremiah 6:21. Therefore thus saith the Lord, behold, I will lay a stumbling block before this people, and the fathers and the sons together shall fall upon them. The neighbor and his friends shall perish. Thus saith the Lord, behold, a people coming from the north country, and a great nation shall be raised from the sides of the earth,
And what that's getting into these UN troops. You know what I mean? You got the Geiger mercenary troops, you got the Gurkha troops, and you got the UN. You got the mercenary troops, basically people who's paid up to come over here to invade. This is why the southern borders are being flooded like how they're being flooded. But what they gonna do is they gonna dish out a distraction like immigrants, shit like that, to try to make it seem like it's something that it's not.
Exactly.
But it's really a whole side. Go ahead.
Smoke and mirrors.
Yep.
Verse 23. They shall lay hold on bow and spear.
Bow and spear, your modern day bow and spear is talking about these firearms. You know what I mean? What people gotta understand is that the prophets back then, they didn't have the terminology that we have now. You know what I mean? They wasn't gonna say things like a strap, a gun, an AR-15. They didn't know what that was when they saw these visions, so they described it to the best of their ability on what they thought it looked like.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Because what does a bow and a spear do? It does the same thing as a gun do. It shoots. Go ahead.
And then when you read the book of Nahum, what did it say? Glittering swords.
Yep. Just for the simple fact that when that gun is being shot off, it lets out that flash. That's why he called it what he thought it looked like.
Just how the nukes. When the prophet seen the nukes, what did they say? It looks like an arrow that was shot across the ends of the earth.
Yep, because that's what a nuclear missile resembles. It looks like an arrow. That's even like the part that you pull got the stand. Yep, they got that sharp point to it. It looks just like an arrow.
And it said when it landed on the other side of the earth, what did it do? It devoured the whole land with fire.
Yep, and a literal arrow is not gonna do that.
And don't even shoot across the end of the earth.
Can't nobody shoot a damn arrow to China from here.
Yep, just painting that image of when the prophet seen these visions, they likened them to the best of their ability. And us today, we're gonna come reincarnated, right? The spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets and be able to break it down because we're the ones that wrote this. You know, we're the ones that were able to understand it back then. But nonetheless, verse 23, they shall lay hold on bow and spear. They are cruel and have no mercy.
They're cruel and have no mercy. They gonna come up here with straight hatred, just like how they show you in that movie Red Dawn. You saw them be putting out them movies just for no reason, just to put them out for entertainment in Hollywood. When you watch movies like Red Dawn, you watch different other apocalyptic movies, that's a clear depiction on how they gonna come down here and act. You know what I mean? They're cruel and have no mercy. So you ain't gonna be able to try to negotiate with them. You're gonna try to talk to them. They're gonna hit your ass with the butt of the gun.
Knock your ass out and bring you to a FEMA camp.
Yeah, because what does the American military do when they go to Saudi Arabia?
Exactly.
What do they do when they go to Iran?
That's why I want to come over here.
So what do you think they're gonna do when they come up here? Hey, as the scriptures say, you reap what you sow, don't you? You can't expect to go over there. You be ruthless to them. You be, you know what I'm saying? You blowing them up. You know what I mean? And they be blowing up innocent civilians too. Like you had this one dude. He was in the military, I think in the Marines. He said they was over there killing innocent kids and shit.
They have all the records and shit. That's why they so happy.
So would they be wrong if they came over here and did that? You know what I mean? As the scriptures say, you reap what you sow. So this is why we understand why the southern borders are being flooded, because it's talked about in the scriptures.
Yeah. And it says that I made thee small among the heathen, talking about Esau, because all these other nations, you know, and it says what? Let the weak say I'm strong. Man, that's one to the nuke, but also to the mindset. They shall lay hold on bow and spear. They are cruel and have no mercy. Their voice roareth like the sea, and they ride upon horses, set in array as men of war against thee, O daughter of Zion.
And we just read about that in Nahum the 3rd chapter. Them horses is not talking about little horse that you ride on and galloping.
Exactly.
And that's a figurative of speech going into, you know what I'm saying, their vehicles. Because back then our transportation was horses and chariots. So this is what the prophets were describing, you know what I'm saying, your cars, you know what I mean, the tanks, shit like that. All right.
Verse 24, we have heard the fame thereof, our hands wax feeble against, so like it. We have heard the fame thereof, our hands wax feeble, anguish hath taken hold of us, and pain as a woman in travail.
Yeah, because when you see them and what they get to doing, the motherfuckers out here, you're gonna be feeble. You're gonna be scared. The scripture even talks about how the mighty man shall be afraid in that day. All these Edomites out here that's talking about what they gonna do if they come over here. Bro, they gonna be scared.
The little TikTok videos they be making, come over here and try murder.
And Jake, you niggas that, you know what I'm saying, you fucking, was it the Hebrew militia group shit like that? You niggas is gonna be scared, bro. Whenever you see them, a big old Russian or something, you know what I'm saying, with a big ass gun, with a suppressor on the hell touching your nose with it.
Yeah.
Bro, y'all, you don't know what the Lord is getting ready to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's a game that you don't want to play. That's a game that you don't want to start. This is what the Lord said, to be carnally minded is death. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to act that type of way. You know what I'm saying? When all this shit.
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
it though.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you. But go ahead,
we have heard the fame thereof, our hands wax feeble, anguish hath taken hold of us, and pain as of a woman in travail.
Yep, as a woman in travail, like a woman getting childbirth, and you know she in there panicking, she screaming, you know she hurting like a motherfucker.
Hooking up.
Like I seen what happened with my red. That's what I was thinking about. You know what I mean? When she was being induced to go into labor, wasn't shit she could even do about it, but she was in pain and screaming and shit. This is exactly what's getting ready to happen. It even talks about how the men shall be as a woman in travail. When you read in the book of Jeremiah, the 30th chapter, going into Jacob's trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we're just gonna let it, you know what I'm saying, be told on that day. Go ahead.
Go not forth into the field, nor walk by the way, for the sword of the enemy and the fear is on every side.
The sword of the enemy and fear is on every side. So ain't gonna be no running because they pushing everybody into these 15-minute cities. Into these 15-minute cities, and then what you think you're gonna do? You think you're just gonna be able to hop your ass in a truck and then go to the country? You know what I mean? That ain't how it's gonna work because they're gonna have every part of the city blocked off. This is why I tell you in the book of 2nd Ezra 9th chapter, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. You're gonna be trying to leave, and you're also gonna be trying to go to other cities. You know what I mean? And you're not gonna be able to. Like motherfuckers gonna try to go and get to their families. You're not gonna be able to do it.
Should be through.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be panicking and shit. Like, you know that, I don't know if you know that movie How It Ends.
Nah.
I know you saw it before, bro.
Oh wait, is it the Jake with the he has like a wife
Type shit, there you go.
and then they like
He was an Edomite, but
Yeah.
he had a wife and he was with her dad and shit, and then they was going to Seattle.
yeah, the dad was a Jake though.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah, go-
he has the lady.
The
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
eye,
yeah,
yeah.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, and his whole objective was to travel from, man, I don't even
Oh
know
yeah,
where
yeah.
fucking
They
from.
were trying to get out of the city as far as they possibly could because of that fucking.
Yeah, but he was also leaving to go to his family and shit.
Oh yeah.
And even then, you're not even just gonna have the
Hell.
troops. You're gonna have regular civilians blocking shit off. You know what I'm saying? And jacking anybody who try to come in because it's gonna be a lack of
Exactly.
resources, bro. You know what I mean? You're not gonna have the luxury of what you got right now. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be the shit that you can throw away easy and not give a fuck about. You know, you're gonna wish that you wasn't doing that. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that you take for granted right now, it's gonna be it's gonna have a whole lot of value going into a time like a can of beans and shit. You look at a can of beans, you're like, man, that shit worthless. Who gives a fuck about that? But when you ain't ate in 2 weeks, you're gonna be like, nigga, I will kill some beans right now.
You're gonna be doing that shit. The scriptures talking about y'all measuring your food with care.
Yeah.
Looking at every little crumb and shit, trying to spare every little crumb and shit.
You know how when you little, you know what I'm saying? You get them pizzas on the fucking in school and you nibble on that hoe to try to preserve it and shit.
Yeah.
That's what niggas is gonna be doing with their food, just nibbling on that hoe, like trying to make it last a long time.
Hey, but the elect's gonna be straight. This is why we're telling y'all the only way to make it throughout this time is to be a part of the elect. Because the scriptures talk about how the elect shall have more than enough in that day to eat. Like my servant shall eat, but ye shall be, ye shall be hungry. My servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty.
Yes.
My servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed and shall be vexed of a song of vexation of spirit.
Yeah, as long as you the servant of Yahawashi,
You're gonna be straight.
You ain't got nada to worry
What
about.
the scriptures say, I have not given you the spirit of fear, but the spirit of a sound mind. And the sound mind is what? Peace.
Yep, and then as you being in this truth, it's commanded of you to be of good cheer.
Yeah.
Joshua 1:9 says what? To be of good courage.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're in the right spirit, you're gonna be of good courage
Exactly.
because why the fuck would you be mad if this is happening?
Why would you be mad about October 1st being, man, I wish the shutdown was tomorrow.
Bro, nigga, I was even hoping because this job I'm getting, I'm finna have to work 12-hour shifts 6 days a week. So I'm like, damn, hopefully some shit crack Monday. I'm like, fuck this shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because in that day, people don't realize Jacob's trouble is a twofold good. It's a good and a bad thing.
It's a balance to it.
It's a good thing for the elect. It's a bad thing for you 2/3.
Yeah, because those that's truly in the right spirit,
That's
shit.
that's us detaching from American Babylon the Great and the Lord providing for us. But we're not gonna need shit. You know what I mean? We're not gonna need to worry about stores. We're not gonna worry. We're not gonna need to go to our enemy for the want of all things.
Yeah.
We're gonna have the Lord provided for us.
Yeah, but I'm gonna grab this
Got it.
because it's a balance to it as we was getting into. 2nd Ezra 2:27 it says, "Be not weary, for when the day of trouble in heaven is coming, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance." And if you can't, Bible shall grab Luke 6:25.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a balance to it. When this shit when it's all cracking and going down, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, don't get me wrong, we in the flesh, so we gonna be
Exactly.
like, oh shit, like
Damn.
look at that, like oh fuck. You know what I mean? But
Hell yeah.
we gonna be happy at the same time because, bro, we get to completely detach from the society, and then that just gives us more sense that nigga the kingdom is here, bro.
And then
we just gotta endure just for this little moment and shit. We up out of here.
And then the miracle's gonna crack off, or
Yep.
bullets ain't even touching brothers and shit.
Right? Yeah, you might be running and and they dumping at you from the back, and you getting hit, but you don't feel shit.
You just see a spark.
Type
you see
shit.
a spark, like, and that's when you're gonna really be on some comfort type shit. Like you're gonna be able to just, man, we made it. You know what I mean? We made it.
Or the bullet coming at you, then they just stop it and drop like.
They just.
Yeah, they just bounce
yeah, like they like.
Mm-hmm.
Like just falling right next to you and shit. Hell, like a little mini force field or some shit.
Yeah.
Hey, the scriptures talked about how the Lord's, gonna defend us like as a, with wings.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But Luke 6 and.
Because the Lord knows that we defenseless. He called us, oh thou worm, Jacob. A worm is a defenseless creature, one of the most defenseless creatures, if not the most defenseless, because they got all type of predators, right? Then on top of that, shit, if it don't get back in the dirt soon enough, that sun gonna cook his ass. You know what I mean? So it can't do nothing. Don't got no arms and nothing, no legs, just now wiggling.
It's
like,
the prey of the prey. You know what I mean? It's just the lowest of the low.
Damn near everything coming after the worm. You got the bird, they bugs. You know what I'm saying? You got frogs.
Hell yeah.
You got all types of shit.
That's the spirit. And hey, brothers that are on wheelchairs and shit, don't even worry about it, man. Because the scriptures talking about how the weak shall be as strong as King David in that day.
Yep. And the Lord said, I want to finish this part. It says, but thou should be married, we're going to be happy. What they say, Merry Christmas, right, means happy, right? You know what I'm saying? We're going to be married, meaning we're going to be turned up.
It's like a party.
And to say, and have abundance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, man? We're not going to have to, you know what I'm saying, worry about what we going to eat, shit like that. The flesh may kick in, but you're going to have to, rebuke that
you got
shit.
To win.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to let the spirit win.
You got to win.
You know what I mean? And, realize that the Lord going to come through for you, but in due time.
Because what have we been doing this shit for, man? You argument, that's why it's off to have a mindset of just wanting to know, man, just period. The wolves need spirit.
You shouldn't be in that spirit of feeling the truth.
Yeah.
Because I never came into the truth thinking like, shit, I might die, but fuck it.
Hell no. Like, that's like being a crash dummy in a spiritual sense now.
Exactly.
You're being a crash dummy.
That's
in a
exactly
spiritual
what it
sense.
is. Like, it's like, why is that even your mindset? Like, even when I seen what was going to happen on October 4th, nigga, I'm like, hell no. Like, because my rib actually took one of those things before she had met me. You know what I mean? 2 of them. So I was like, damn, bro, I need to get the fuck up and do something because, nigga, I know my rib is sanctified through me. So I'm like, man, let me get up and do something, shit, like try to do something in the spirit so that the Lord got that protection over us. But, of course, shit, whatever the Lord's will is, that's just what it's going to be.
It's our predestination regardless, you know what I mean? But you wanted to give me Luke, you wanted to get Luke 6 and what?
25.
25
Because it talked about how you're going to have those that be sorrowful and you're going to have us that, joyful or whatever. But this is the reason why y'all going to be like that. Go ahead.
Yeah. Want me to start at verse 24?
You can if you want.
This is the book of Luke 6 and 24. But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation.
Yep, which is a lot of you celebrities. I mean, all you motherfuckers.
Yeah,
As a matter of fact.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It talks about how the stars of the heavens gonna fall, which is twofold. You know what I'm saying? Going into, these celebrities, and also, the missiles. But y'all received y'all consolation because, like Kendrick Lamar, he talking about he an Israelite.
I ain't
black
black no more. I'm an Israelite.
But then Esau put his foot on the ass and then look at you now. Ain't no shit. Kodak Black. This nigga was taking pictures with Sakari and them. Now look at this nigga, dude in the bitch, getting drugged up by Esau. You got different celebrities like Nick Cannon. You didn't stand on business at all. Ice Cube, you didn't stand on business. The fucking Deshaun Jackson in the NFL, both of them. You know what I'm saying? Deshaun Watson and Deshaun Jackson, they posting shit about the true Jews and all that. You didn't stand on business because that money, you receive your consolation. You don't want to lose that money. You don't want to lose them NFL contracts and shit like that. Them packs that you have made with the so-called white man.
You can't suspect something more than anything.
This is, and that makes you a hypocrite, and this is why the Lord is going to judge your ass, man.
Verse 25, woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep.
Yep, and this is exactly on why 2 Ezra 2 and 27 is going to happen to you niggas. You're going to weep and be sorrowful going into that time when that trouble in heaven is coming. You know what I'm saying? Because for the rich man, it even talks about how it's easier for a camel to go through an eye of a needle. Yeah. An eye of a needle, that shit is, look, you can't even look in the eye of a needle with your physical eye unless it's big enough.
Now imagine the camel trying to
go big ass camel going through that. But a rich man, that's a perfect parable. You know what I mean? Because it just shows you a lot of you niggas are just gonna have to go. And then you even got Jake, you know what I'm saying, that may not even be rich on that type of level, but got some type of money. Because what's Jake's whole motive?
Pride.
Getting to the bag, pride. Hey, that's what come with pride. I mean, Salaki, that's what they come
Come money.
Hey, Salaki, yeah. That's what come with money. Pride. You know what I mean? And you got Jake out here to be scamming. You got Issachar. Issachar is proud as shit, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got Issachar here to be well off.
They just be working too damn much. All they worry about is work.
You know, like, the niggas are slaves, bro. Because this one dude I'm with, like I even told you, this nigga glorifying working 16-hour shifts. I'm like, bitch, you stupid. Like, nigga, how is that living?
And then he gets the money and he thinks he's on top of the world.
Yep, exactly.
This is the book of Wisdom, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 8. What hath pride profited us, or what good hath riches with our wanting brought us? Nothing, man. You celebrities and shit. You guys are gonna be stooped down to our level. The thing about it though is y'all are high value, quote unquote, man. But the true thing is that we're them true high value men.
Yep.
Because when this shutdown goes down and we truly have that hedge of protection of Yahawashi Yahawashi on us, our value is through the roof. You know what I mean? We're gonna have, and the scripture talks about how fame shall be spread abroad, on that day, because you're gonna have people talking and shit. You're gonna see, is the elect being protected and shit, and the word's gonna go out. I just seen this dude, do this and the third, and then word of mouth is just gonna go crazy.
And don't be surprised if they come in that spirit of that dude that came to Yahawashi and he tried to
Yeah.
buy his way into the kingdom. Celebrity come and see Jake doing a miracle, and he trying to pay her money to do some shit, or to, to give him that type of power or something. Like, just touch me, bro, and trying to give me that power or some shit. Like,
Jake just been through all his life. You know what I mean? Just been going to them little Illuminati parties and shit, doing all types of foul and abominable shit.
yeah,
trying to
when
get
you've known about this truth, because hey, now when you celebrities say that you ain't know, because you've got Jake, bro. Jake be scoffing like a motherfucker,
hell
bro.
yeah.
Talking about how Israelites be. You know what I mean? I be seeing that shit like how Israelites be. You know what I mean? And be mocking like a motherfucker.
Bring it out.
Bring it out. How they be reading the scripture all over again. Which don't get me wrong, how all you guys seen them reading.
They really be doing that shit.
It be OD. I ain't gonna lie.
But nonetheless, that mindset that Jake has towards the truth.
It comes with the spirit of, just for the simple fact, you put thought into making that shit and trying to make it funny.
Trying to mock us and shit, not understanding the truth, severity of this truth. And this is why, hey, the Apostle of the Great Mills on that true spirit that runs in that, that camp.
Yeah, because this truth is deadly serious,
bro. It's
bro.
deadly serious,
Nigga, this shit is a matter of life and death,
when
bro.
When the lights go out and the shutdown really happens, man, Jake gonna really see like, what the fuck? Like,
that shit's scary.
That shit is scary.
You don't think it's gonna be that scary, bro, because you in your comfort. That's the thing, bro.
Man, you just in Babylon the Great, chilling, looking at the ceiling, lights are still on and shit. You still going to work, things are going, you still making your car payment and shit, whatever, kicking it. But when this shit goes zero and you back to the same level that everybody in the globe is, bro, the elect is the only one's gonna be chilling in that time, bro. And even then, we gonna be sick. I mean, I don't have to talk about to be at that number, but we still gonna be sick up a little bit, man.
Yeah, of course.
Make not haste in the time of trouble.
This shit, Yahawashi, he was shaking up in the flesh when he had to go through what he went through. So imagine if we get jacked up.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't have it back in your mind like, fuck, bro, this shit scary than a motherfucker.
Hey, if the righteous shall scarcely be safe, we're trying to sit here and the ungodly appear. We barely gonna be making out of this shit, man, But verse 9, all those things are passed away like a shadow, and as a post that hastens by, and as a ship that passes over the waves of the water, which when it gone by, the trace thereof cannot be found, neither the pathway of the keel in the waves. You know that when the ship is passing through the waves and that trail, it just disappears. It just goes away. You can't find it no more because that's what money is like on this side, man. It's a comfort, of course, but and you're trying to save yourself through the times we're coming into with your bread, trying to stack up this money. We need to prepare, we need to prepare, bro. There's only one way to prepare, man, and that's making your body as a living sacrifice and making your calling and election sure. But I'm gonna jump down to verse 15. But the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High. You see, that's where our focus is at, man. We're not focused on trying to make it out of this, shit carnally. Okay, we can't even, bro. If Jake had even a little sense to him, you would understand that you wouldn't even be able to make it out this shit by your own means, bro. Jake, you're not gonna be able to deliver yourself from this shit by your own means. You got it?
Yep. And if you want to, grab that second news 9 real quick, bro. Since you had said that. Yeah, bro, because you're going to need the Lord going into the time, and it's going to be known. That's why the Lord say, then shall they be known whom I chose, because you're going to need the Lord, bro.
You're going to need, bro. That shit should be.
All they thinking that just because you got some survival skills or you got a fucking gun, nigga.
Yeah, bushcraft and shit.
Bro, niggas think they got one gun that holds 10 bullets, nigga. Or maybe you may have an extended clip on it, whatever the case may be.
For real.
You think you gonna be able to do something with that shit? You stupid, bro. You know what I'm saying? Cause just think about that, because that's the spirit that I brought that up, because I was gonna touch upon that. It was this one dude, he was a Marine, I think he was like a Moabite. Bro, it actually went to war. And he said that he had about like 15 clips on him. Clips here, you said another one here on his vest, you know what I'm saying? I think one on his helmet, like 2 on his helmet or some shit like that. And he in war and he's shooting, and he's like, you can never have enough bullets. Because when you shooting shit, it's like you're not gonna hit every target, bro. You know what I mean? You that shit gonna run up. So what do you think you're gonna do with just a 30 clip?
Another thing.
When this nigga had hundreds of bullets on him,
Exactly.
what do you think you're gonna do with just 30 clip? That shit gonna run out of ammo, and then what you gonna do?
And then imagine during that time of Jacob's trouble, you shooting and shit, you just blowing your cover.
Right.
You can't, because in that day, you're gonna need to be quiet. You know, you're gonna be able to, you're gonna have to be stealthy, because you're gonna have the cannibal gangs.
Oh, but I'm gonna grab this. Go ahead, though.
You're gonna have the cannibal gangs. You're gonna have people just looking out, you know, for food and shit, and materials. And they hear a gun go off, they gonna fly on you. You hear that shit? There's some people over there.
I want to grab this real quick. This the book of 2 Ezra 16, because these movies, how they show you how motherfuckers sneaking around and being quiet and doing all that, that's in the scriptures, bro. Like in I Am Left. Matter of fact, he was the only one left, but even then he was being quiet at certain times, especially when the sun was going down, because, you know, them creatures and shit was gonna come out or whatever. But like how they show you like the movie, like The Road, what was they doing? They on alert. You know, they being quiet and shit. They not them motherfuckers just being loud, just
You can't
throwing
just be
shit.
shooting, you can't just be shooting guns and shit.
Like, nah,
that. Hell
it
yeah.
ain't gonna be like that, because it's your main threat is gonna be humans going into that time.
Exactly.
The society ain't gonna be intact like how it is right now, bro. The average motherfucker, even a little kid, he will blow your head off for the smallest thing. You know what I'm saying? For some food.
Hell yeah.
Probably even for some shoes.
Some.
You know, anything.
You know, something.
Anything to survive.
Yeah, something.
If anybody see that you got what they want or what they need, they gonna go and take it, bro.
And the thing about Jacob's trouble is gonna be all about what is needed. You know,
Like-
you feel me?
Like that article I touched on it many times.
Oh, yeah.
A while back. 9 minutes from anarchy, bro.
Remember that.
9 minutes from anarchy, bro. All it takes is 9 minutes meals, and hey, everybody gonna start to think like, man, I'm finna go take his shit. And I know people personally who's been saying that. Like my boss back home. You know what I'm saying? In Texas, bro was talking about how, you know what I'm saying, if it comes to a point, if you know we starving, he gonna go and eat his neighbor and shit. Or he gonna go take what he got. He gonna take his shotgun with him.
That's
like,
the spirit, bro. Showing you already what kind of mindset you already kind of ready to go into.
Yep. But I want to grab this real quick. This is the book of 2 Ezra 16. And I'm going to try to get straight to the point. 23, it says, and the dead shall be cast out as dumb, and there shall be no man to comfort them, because you're not going to have the ambulance responding to 911 calls
Hell no.
and going, covering them up with the blanket, picking them up on the stretcher,
hell
taking them to the morgue so he saw a weird ass can cut them open.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be none of that. You know what I'm saying? Where you was last seen, that's where you gonna be left. It say, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. You know what I'm saying? Because the society not gonna be intact like how it is. You're not gonna have people maintaining the buildings and shit like that. You're gonna have buildings crumbling and shit.
Yeah.
Because if they didn't, this shit will all fall in a couple of years, bro.
Yeah, that's the spirit. You mentioned that because the only thing that's gonna be active in those days is gonna be the 15-minute cities.
Yep.
Like Yuma might be a whole ass just ghost town. Everybody getting 15-minute cities.
And, yeah, these small cities, bro, hell yeah, they gonna be ghost towns, bro. Because hey, it's gonna be a mass wipe, and then like you say, bro, they want to push everybody into the 15-minute cities, the major cities, so that they have an easier way to control you, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Because for everybody just scattered around, it's gonna be hard to.
Yeah, and it's gonna be easy. You feel me? Because I told you how that water, when you're not able to access water and the stores go zero, and there's a name. 15-minute city gonna be quick. Just come to this 15-minute city, take this garage, and you can just chill out here for a little bit.
Yep.
That's what it's gonna be like.
And it says, there shall be no man left until the earth and to sow it. I mean, there ain't gonna be no maintenance. Ain't gonna be no,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying, the city, what they call the city. Where
All this shit
people
gonna be fucking grown the fuck out. Everything's gonna be fucking.
It's gonna get into that too,
Yeah.
bro. It say, the trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men. All places shall be desolate of men, meaning there's gonna be a lack of men in a lot of these cities. And one of the reasons too is because a lot of these motherfuckers getting ready to get shipped off to the third war, to the third world war.
That's the spirit.
It says so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. You know what I'm saying? What was the little kid saying on the road? But Papa, I seen a little kid and shit.
Oh yeah, what
He
is
seen,
that?
and even Will Smith, the non-legend, he was setting up mannequins and shit and going and
Oh
talking
yeah,
to him and
talking
shit
about
like.
shit because he needed to hear somebody's voice.
Yeah, he was always getting on the radio and all. You gonna have people that's doing that. It say for of a city there shall be 10 left. For of a city there should be 10 left in the city, bro. There can be millions, or there can be hundreds of thousands and 10 left.
Hey, that's
which
weird how it says that too, because people said I should take 2 of a city and whatever house.
Yeah.
Some slightly paraphrasing.
Yep. It say, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks. Meaning they gonna be avoiding human contact, most of them, because your main threat in that time is gonna be humans. You're not gonna be able to trust shit going into that time. The scripture talks about how a man shall turn against his neighbor, stuff like that. Your family gonna be turning against you because the scripture say that the love of many shall wax cold, bro. You know, like I be telling my bro, I'm like, bro, what this shit got been cracking?
Hey,
We getting up out of
What
here.
does scripture say? The foes should be them in their own household. Slightly paraphrasing.
Yep.
Because your family is gonna be the quickest people to take that karate.
You think y'all be fighting over little shit when y'all get drunk now?
Wait till the seed gets
Yeah.
introduced and you sit over there telling them, don't take the chip, don't take the chip. Like, man, we're gonna go eat. And obviously just having that spirit on you, I'm already kind of thinking about that shit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm already gonna be on the type of time. I'm not gonna take that shit. I'm gonna It's gonna be a whole ass argument. And then, man, next thing you know, shit, you just got to.
Oh, I can already see the motherfucker turn against me.
You know what I mean?
ain't gonna be nothing. You my brother-in-law, so I'm gonna ride or die. Head ass like.
Because that's
ain't
what
gonna be none
I'm
of
saying.
that
The C-hip is gonna be. It's not gonna be something that's just gonna be hard for Jake to take.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's an hour of temptation for a reason. Jake gets tempted over $50. Jake kills over like $20. Now imagine when they ain't no food and no water, and they got a C-hip station in a 15-minute city that's 20 minutes away, and that's why you need just to get some food and water. Jake get over there and quickly.
Hey, niggas be killing over fucking that nigga Mario, goddamn. Niggas be killing over fucking over weed, bro.
They over weed, bro.
Yeah.
Couple grand. Now how much more when they make this government shutdown, the food goes rotting in the stores, and motherfuckers start invading these places, clear this shit out, and now you got a 15-minute city that has food and water that you can go to. But all you need to do is take that little C-hip, that little RFID device in your hand, and you'll be good.
Yeah.
But what happens if you take that mark? You're gonna be destined for a nuclear missile out during World War III.
Yep. Got some on this. It says, as an orchard of olives upon every tree, there are left 3 or 4 olives, whereas when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Because like back then in the ancient world, what we used to do, after the harvest, everything, we would leave a little bit behind, you know what I'm saying, for the homeless. You know what I'm saying? That's how we used to operate back then. You know, people who were less fortunate, we'll leave something behind in our vineyards and shit like that. So they can go and get like a little couple of clusters, a couple of grapes and such here and there. All right, it says, even so in those days, there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. I mean, you're gonna have people that's going from house to house with them damn guns.
Looking for some cans of food,
Yep.
looking for some.
It says, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields there shall wax old. And you're gonna have streets being broken. You think it's potholes and shit now. Wait until how it's gonna be whenever the city starts to be broken down and shit. This shit gonna be, you're gonna be walking, next thing you know, you hear a fucking building crash.
Yeah, just foreign shit. Hell yeah.
It say, in her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through. Because you ain't gonna have just cars just right up the street like how they do now. Everybody gonna be on foot and shit. But I don't know, that's all I had. Got something else, bro?
Nah, I feel that shit.
Alright, so with that being said, all the runs out of this was edifying, and that our sacrifice was acceptable in the eyes of Yahawashi outside. That the point of this lesson has been proven. But as always, before we close out, we want to give all the glory and infinite praise
To Yahweh, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham,
Thereby unto the elders and the apostles of the millstone. Peace and blessings be to all the Akim, while Guatham. I'm saying that in this truth with a pure constant. Shalom, and Yahawashi outside Brakathon.
Yahawashi, Yahawashi,